This is Money, Motivation, and Mike, and here we are again as we eke toward completion of our fourth year. Eldrick Woods, Jason, you heard that name before.
Tiger.
We've discussed him on this show. You know he's back in the news. He's always in the news, but he's back in the news in an unfortunate way.
Yeah.
We had another car
I've heard
accident.
something. Yeah, I heard something about it.
You did hear something about it?
I did.
Well, did you know Tiger Woods had glassy, bloodshot eyes and prescription drugs in his pocket after rolling over his, I believe it was his Range Rover, going down, he wasn't 5 miles from his house. And says he looked down at his phone and to change the radio. And
all at the same time while driving.
I probably had a sandwich in his hand too. And come up on the car in front of him, which is actually a truck with a power washer trailer, clipped the side as he tried to avoid the crash and flipped his vehicle. All right. No injuries and only about $5,000 worth of damage to the truck of the power washer. I know that's no big deal. Tiger had that much in his ashtray. And he don't even carry that. He carries more than that in his pocket. So it's no big deal. But Tiger had to go to jail again. Did you know that?
Yeah. DUI.
Driving under the influence. Had zero alcohol in his body. Prescription painkillers out the back door.
Really?
Yes. Had zero alcohol. No drugs.
Interesting.
Other than prescription drugs. But yeah, Land Rover. Land Rover's what he was driving, of course. So, why can Tiger Woods not afford his own driver? Why is that an expense that he just cannot come up with the money to overcome? Why do we continue? Let me ask you this, Jason. We're not even going to go through all of his wrecks. And there's been several. I've got a feeling my license would have been suspended by now.
You would think.
I think yours would too. Is it because he's won 82 PGA Tour events, 15 majors, and considered one of the greatest, if not one of the greatest golfer of all time? Do we continue to turn the shoulder because it's Tiger? Because I love Tiger. He is the reason the game is where it is right now. Arnold Palmer invented the dial, and Tiger Woods is the dial. He sets the barometer. He plays. He don't have to play good. He's in the tournament, ratings out the roof. He's not. May not even know there's a golf tournament on TV. He brings out not even the casual fan. He brings out fans who've never even been on a golf course, who've never hit a golf ball. He brings them out because of his persona. He's so exciting. He's always dialed in, et cetera, et cetera. But he did tell the deputies that he had a few prescription medications. Of course he did. He lives a pain-filled 100% of the day life. And I don't know that for a fact, but you know that be the case when you carry hydrocodones in your pocket. Wouldn't that probably be... Okay. You ever had a colonoscopy?
No.
Okay. Well, when they dope you up for that colonoscopy, and I am promoting colonoscopies today, you better get them. Don't really care what age you are. They say at least by 50. I know you're not quite there yet, Jason, but I do them about every other year, at least every 3 years. You get hydrocodone in your system, you come in for a little minor procedure at the hospital, any type of drug of that strength, the hospital will not let you leave without a driver. Now, the doctors who are prescribing these hydrocodones to Tiger Woods, where are they at in this deal? Do they think that he only takes these when he's sitting on the couch watching TV? Do they think he doesn't have these in his system when he's driving down the road, when he's at a golf tournament, when he's at a golf course, when he's driving his children to wherever they need to go? And I know that they're not necessarily kids anymore. I think the youngest is like 15 and the girl's I think she's a senior. But what do they think? He's probably got mounds of painkillers, which he needs. Now, this little thought was put in to my brain this week by an individual who was reading the headlines. Don't know a whole lot about Tiger Woods, but they made the comment to me. It's unfortunate that he's probably going to die just like Michael Jackson did. Think about that. Think about that for a minute. And I hope that he is not to that degree of the legendary Michael Jackson, but that's what it was all about. I mean, severe pain, chronic pain, everyday pain. The fella can't even hardly walk. He's going to be able to be competitive on the senior tour, which he signed up for the senior U.S. Open here in the next couple of months, here in the summer of 26. He's going to be able to compete on the senior tour because you can get an exemption on the senior tour and ride in a golf cart, where you have to walk on the PGA tour. You can't walk, you can't play. But he will get to ride in a golf cart on the senior tour, which may be exactly what he needs. Now, do you realize what he is trying to do when he goes for this senior U.S. Open?
No.
He will be the first ever person to win the USGA governs the U.S. Open. All right. They also govern the U.S. Senior Open. They govern the U.S. Amateur. And they govern the U.S. Junior Amateur. Tiger won the U.S. Junior Amateur, now, which is very difficult to do, to win it, period, because it's an age deal. I think it's 16. You have to be 16 or below to play in the Junior Amateur in the United States of America. Probably the same thing in the British Junior. But so it's a major feat. It's harder to win the U.S. Junior Amateur than it is to win the U.S. Open, because you only have a couple of years to win the Junior. You got the rest of your life to win the U.S. Open.
Yeah, it's more about a time limit, right?
Yeah, it's time. I mean, you not only, I mean, think about this. Like, we'll take the Greg Norman, who didn't even start playing golf till he was in high school. Never got to play in a Junior Amateur. Wasn't even playing golf whenever he could play in a Junior Amateur. Tiger Woods has won the Junior Amateur 3 times. He's won, and most kids don't even play in it, let alone once or twice, and he's won it 3 times. He's won the U.S. Amateur 3 times. He's won 3 U.S. Opens. He'd be going at age 50. He just qualified. You got to be 50 years old for the U.S. Amateur. And you know he wants to win it bad, because no one has ever won all 4 of those events. Those are the marquee events. The U.S. Amateur used to be a major in golf back when amateur golf was still the way. You know, like the Bobby Joneses. Bobby Jones never turned pro. He held all the amateurs and the British Open and the U.S. Open at the same time. And he was what we call basically the Bobby Jones Slam is what it was called. But Tiger is going to live the rest of his life, not with eye drops in his pocket, hydrocodone in his pocket. Why is the man allowed to get on the road? I mean, you see a celebrity on the highway, and you pull up beside him and start waving. You see Tiger Woods on the highway, you dodge and get away because you don't know.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't going down the road, Jason, doing 55 miles an hour. He was flying up and down the road 5 miles from his house at over 90. I've heard 93.
Wow.
And of course, how do you know that if you don't have a radar out there? It's the skid marks when he slammed on the brakes, the impact on the vehicle, how far the vehicle slid when it turned upside down. I mean, they've got all this stuff down to the science, down to the 1/4 inch. If the car went 700 quarter inches. It was going this fast. It's crazy. Golf Digest just put out the Chronicles of Pain. And the Chronicles of Pain is a story about the complete timeline of the Tiger Woods injuries. How about that?
Okay.
It is 26 pages. Now, they write up a little bit about his injury when they talk about what the injury was. And this starts back in 1995 with his college troubles. Freshman, first semester at Stanford, has surgery in December of 1994 to remove scar tissue and 2 tumors in his left knee. At 18, 19 years old, he's a freshman, right out of high school. 95, now he's still an amateur. Gets invited to the U.S. Open. U.S. Open, 20 years old. Encounters wrist pain. You know how hard he swung? You could always watch him and know, man, this guy is going to have some aches and pains at a later date. You never knew it was going to be to the degree it was. As a matter of fact, he has to withdraw in 1995 at the U.S. Open. By the way, the 95 U.S. Open was won by Corey Pavin. And this year, the U.S. Open is back at Shinnecock Hills, which is where it was for Tiger's first ever U.S. Open. Has to withdraw, wrist pain. We'll go all the way now to 2002 after Tiger had won 7 out of 11 majors from 99 to 2001. 7 years to the month after Tiger's first left knee surgery, he underwent a second procedure to drain fluid around his left ACL and remove cysts in his knee. You know, they said he couldn't even count when he was doing the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was slurring. Who lets him get in a vehicle? Now, obviously, maybe nobody was there, but have they not went over, and the doctors, the MDs, his advisors? I mean, he's got somebody for everything. If he wants to know what toothpick to use, he's got a professional that tells him what toothpick to use. That's how many people he has in his team and his corner. The team has to show up to keep him together. They work on him for a couple hours before the rounds, a couple hours after the rounds, to get him in a position to be able to do it again tomorrow. Surely, who are these people? Are they just there to do the job? They don't really care about his well-being? Because obviously Tiger's not capable of saying no to the steering wheel. 2002. Tiger ruptures his ACL in August while running on a golf course and plays the rest of the season with bouts of pain. 2008, the big decision. Lingering pain in that left knee from his injury 8 months prior. Tiger decides to undergo surgery after the Masters. Now remember, he did that surgery and came back and won the U.S. Open in 2008 when he was limping around on the golf course, over in pain, having to limp to the next hole. And of all things, Jason, he ties. On Sunday night, there was a tie, him and Rocco Medier. Now, in the U.S. Open, you play another 18 holes the next day. Oof. They played the 18 holes the next day. They were tied again.
Wow.
Had to play an extra hole after playing the extra 18 holes. So he played 91 holes and then went and had surgery. Injured his left Achilles. Once again, by running in the offseason. I don't think Tiger needs to run. He's just walk. Just needs to walk. You know, he's built like a specimen out there. He's chiseled. And, of course, obviously that has something to do with running. 2010, May, quietly playing through pain throughout the week. Tiger withdrew from the players. When I say throughout the week and the players, that would be in March. Almost halfway through his final round, tingling in his right side. Had to walk away. December, 7 months later, returns to the right Achilles. Tiger opts to go to a cortisone shot instead of having surgery. It does not work. This goes back to the Achilles from 2008. Now, this one's good. They call this one in 2011, April 2011, the Eisenhower's Achilles. Now, this goes back. You remember last week when I was griping about the Augusta rule with rental properties, and I said there's no way that's Augusta, Georgia, and when it was.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we are. Minor sprain to his left Achilles was caused by his shot from the pine straw under the Eisenhower tree on the 17th hole at Augusta National. Do you know Eisenhower had his own tree, Jason?
I did not.
Okay. Well, we've talked about the presidents of our great nation and their love for the game of golf. And really the first one to do it was President Eisenhower. Okay. So in the 17th tee box over to the left, there was a tree about 100 yards down. They say President Eisenhower hooked it into that tree every time he played golf at Augusta. So they renamed it the Eisenhower tree. And that's why it is. So Tiger goes over, gets under the Eisenhower tree, and then, of course, we have more left Achilles problems out of the pine straw. Here we go, 2011. It's a chain reaction, Jason. What went wrong this time at the 2011? Would you believe another Achilles injury? Now, you hear about these guys rupturing their Achilles on the football field, the baseball field, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And hardly any of them ever come back. Now, I know playing golf and taking a swing, but if you sit out there and you took swing after swing after swing, you are putting a lot of torque on your body. And it's easy to see how some of these cartilages, ligaments, tendons, whatever they are, snap. They keep putting them back together, and he goes out for a short term, but along with this Achilles, we also rupture our left calf. You know, one thing leads to another. And believe it or not, Tiger Woods shoots 42 on the front nine. That's an 84 if you go to the back nine, but he didn't make the back nine. Incredible. Yes. He forced to miss the U.S. Open for the first time going back to 1994 because 95 was that year whenever he did what he did on that particular event, and only the British Open for the second time. So, hey, that's how it goes. 2012, he did another quick recovery, citing pain in his left Achilles again. Tiger was carted off the course, following a bad tee shot on the 12th hole at the final round at Doral. Doral is in Miami.
Yeah.
Now it's called
Trump Doral.
Yeah. Yes, of course it is. May 23, an aggravated elbow. Despite no notice and any signs of a left elbow at the Players in March, where he said it started, Tiger attributed his poor showings at the Memorial and the U.S. Open to elbow pain, which was aggravated further with the heavy rough at the U.S. Open at the Marion Golf Course. And, of course, that made him end up having to skip the PGA. That year was in Washington, D.C. He also had to skip the Bridgestone. He basically was done once again for the year. No surgeries, but could not swing. Now, you're going to love this one. August 2013, the mattress injury.
Uh-oh.
Apparently stemming from a too soft hotel bed.
Oh.
Tiger only played 9 holes of a Pro-Am because of a stiff neck and went on the ground on the 13th hole at the Barclays and said it was back pain. And they contributed to a soft bed at the hotel. I would think Tiger Woods would have his own mattresses flown into every hotel. So, Jason, next time you play a bad round of golf, it's probably because of the soft bed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So you just keep that in your back pocket if things aren't going your way. The old soft bed syndrome. Back surgery again in March of 2014, excuse me. Fairly successful President's Cup. Tiger Woods' 2014 season seemed to end before it started with more back issues. Now, I'm only to August of 14. Now, remember, he comes back and wins the Masters in April of 19, his 15th major. I am on page 14 of these 26 pages, and we are at August of 2014. There are 12 more pages of injuries, which, frankly, we'd have to go to another episode. I think you get the point. The man is in major pain. He takes a lot of drugs to deal with that. He's probably, now, he takes the drugs legally because they're prescribed to him. It's not like he's out there getting drunk and driving his vehicle. He's taking legal prescription drugs, which obviously knocks him out, puts him impedes his vision, his decision making, etc., which is another reason why you can't get behind the wheel.
Do not operate heavy machinery. Is usually what it says, right?
Is that what it says on
the side of the pill bottle?
Well, I know Tiger went to Stanford, but maybe they don't teach reading out there because he does not know how to read the side of the pill box.
Apparently.
I think somebody hands him the pills and he takes them, gives him a glass of water, swallows them whole. I don't think he takes his pills out of the pill bottle, Jason. Well, I mean, hydrocodone in his pocket.
Yeah, what's that dosage like for him to be on the side of the road, can't even count?
All right. I would say this. The most that an MD could prescribe, double it. That's what he has in his pocket.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The MD probably says, and I'm just totally guessing on this, not going to hold the MD to any kind of standards. He probably says, this is as much as I can give you, so take 2.
Might be.
I really do think that's what the case is. I mean, how does this poor soul do it?
Well, you got to think too, how long has he been taking it? And it probably doesn't have the same effect it used to.
That just goes back to drugs and alcohol and everything else in general, doesn't it?
Going to build a tolerance to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I have sympathy for him.
Yeah.
But then again, I really don't.
Yeah. I mean, he's had plenty of situations he's found himself in.
Yeah. It didn't like
you think he'd learned his lesson.
You know, if I don't have a ride, if my car don't work today to come here to the office, I just don't get to come. I got to stay home.
Too bad.
Yeah. Unless I can find a riding lawnmower, well, that'd probably get me in trouble too. And I'd probably fall over and break my neck if I was on a bicycle. So what's the best thing for me to do? Stay home. All these people who call in sick. Here's another astonishing fact, Jason. That, you know what, we're on this money motivation and Mike deal here we got going on. We always come up with good, great, useless information. But it's intriguing to the viewing and listening audience.
For sure.
Of the people who call in sick, what percentage do you think that they aren't sick?
I have about 75%.
60.
That's generous.
Yeah. And probably that other 15% that you went to 75, they got a hangnail.
Well, I'm just sick of being at work.
Got a minor, yeah, I am sick. It's sick of work. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, that's exactly right. So all these people find statistically 60, I'm going with your 75, statistically find reasons not to go to work, not to leave the house. And we can't keep Tiger at home. Got to get this.
He's a different breed.
Oh boy, it's a bad deal for Tiger.
He's got some records to break.
Now, yes, he's only got a couple. And one of them's not going to be obtainable, and that's the Jack Nicklaus 18. And I'm one of those guys that have been believing since 2019 he's got more left in the tank.
Yeah.
But his body will not let the tank fill up. And that's his injuries, and a whole bunch of it's off the course injuries is going to cost him holding that particular record.
I'm not going to pretend that I keep up with him and see him everywhere, but when I do see him, he looks unhappy, like he's hurting or whatever.
Okay. Yes. And I don't know what kind of facial head injuries, the flip down into the canyons there, going to Riviera Country Club back in 2021, and those windy roads. Not sure what all, but I mean, his face has been puffy ever since, especially his left cheek. And think about this, all the surgeries he had to get it back to looking like he does right now. But that guy don't get out of the car and sprint over to the convenience store. He limps, and that's why it's never going to happen for him again. Now, one final tidbit. He is the voice of the PGA Tour to this day. all these young lads that are out there playing, the Scotty Schefflers of the world, they got involved in golf. A whole lot to do because of Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Tiger's in his heyday when these guys are young little kids. And he sucks them right into the TV like no person has ever done it before, including Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer.
Sure.
He revolutionized the last 25 years, frankly, the last 30, since he won the 1997 Masters. He revolutionized golf. He brought money to the table. He, because of his presence, attendance out the roof, viewing out the roof, all kinds of money coming in, all kinds of sponsorships, which means all the playing all the players making more money.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody loves him. So when it's like the old E.F. Hutton, when Tiger talks, people listen.
Yeah.
This is it in a big time way. Now, here's the big thing. Tiger's got that burning desire to succeed, why he's still out there doing it right now. He is up. They have offered to him the Ryder Cup captain position, which is next year, 2027. Because with all this American talent, the Europeans have just been whipping our tails in the Ryder Cup. And this year they did it up in New York. They've won the last two when they shouldn't have even been in the ball game. So we're looking for someone who to lead the team. Who else? Tiger Woods. They have offered it to Tiger. I mean, it's not like they go out and announce, okay, hey, we're going to announce today that Jason Wright's going to be the captain of the Ryder Cup. We automatically know you want the job. It's an honorary thing. We don't have to call you and ask you if you'd like to be considered. Everybody wants to be considered. When you get into a position of being a golf professional, you're already being considered. You don't have to call somebody and ask if they're going on vacation that week or they have other plans. They will do whatever they've got to do to be the Ryder Cup captain. Well, here's how it works when you're Tiger. They call him, no interview, no nothing, no list of possible candidates. Tiger, do you want to be the Ryder Cup captain? I'll get back to you.
Oh.
So he's got a deadline coming up here the 1st of April.
Yeah.
Of when he's supposed to let them know if he's going to be the Ryder Cup captain. Now
it's got to happen here in the next day.
The first week of April.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Yeah. So my thought is the PGA of America, are they going to get him a driver?
If they're smart.
Should that be part of the contract? You will not see a steering wheel while you're involved in Ryder Cup captain responsibilities and duties. If that's not in there, they should just not even do it. It's ridiculous. It's pure ridiculous. Love Tiger. I want him to win next week. But man, this dude does not have an issue with golf right now. He's got other issues that he really, really needs to clean up. Contact me, info@mx3.vip. Find all of our content at mx3.vip or on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@mx3 podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can get notified of all of the content which Jason puts out now, Monday and Thursday afternoons. Go down into the comments. Tell me what you think about this Tiger Woods saga. So until next time, continue to live your life the right way.